welcome back to my channel. It's just Clarice and I have been away for a while now. I took about a month off. It wasn't for any particular reason. I just kind of wanted to enjoy my summer. It got really hot here and it was really nice, and so I was just enjoying my time and just letting myself relax for a few weeks. But now we are in mid-August. It is starting to get a little bit cooler out and it is back to the grind for me. So today's video is going to be a full face using all of my current favorite skincare and makeup products. It is going to be a pretty long video because I had a lot to talk about and it took a while to do this. So if you're interested, keep on watching, and without any further ado, let's dive into today's video. Alrighty, so let's start today's video with the skincare items that have been my favorites lately. I've already washed my face, so I'm going to tell you what I used and why I love it so much. But first, I'm going to put on this conditioning lip serum. This is by Blistex. I have really, really dry lips. Nothing I did was working to keep them from getting cracked and bruised. My lips are just perpetually dry. So this was given to me by my friend Shalik, and it has been a savior. It almost looks like a lotion, and then you tap it onto your lips with your finger, and it starts off white, but then the more you tap, the more it just starts to blend away and become colorless, and it leaves your lips feeling super nourished and extremely, extremely hydrated. And it's the best, and it's so affordable. Like, this is from the drugstore, so it was, I think, like $8-10 bucks. The toner I have been loving and using a lot of recently has been my L'Oreal Paris Hydra Total 5 Ultra Fresh Toner. This toner is perfect for normal to combination skin. I have combination skin, oily T-zone, a few dry patches, and then the rest is pretty normal. I would say that consistency is key. If I use it every single day, like first thing in the morning after I wash my face, I pat in this toner, I've noticed a reduction in my pores. I've noticed that my skin has just looked brighter. I've had less breakouts, and it just looks really good. I would say though, there is definitely an alcohol in this. So if you have sensitivity to that, I would not recommend using this product. So before I talk to you guys about the face washes and things I've been loving, I'm just going to quickly pop on a face mask. This is by BioRace. It is their Intense Hydrating Spirulina Mask, and I'll be right back. This mask is so great because it just delivers a super intense boost of hydration to the skin without leaving your skin feeling super oily or slick or sticky. It's just so nice. So while this is sitting on my face and working its magic, let's talk about the face wash products I've been loving. For a daily facial cleanser, I have really been loving the Clean and Clear Morning Burst Hydrating Facial Cleanser. So you've probably seen the orange version of this cleanser, which is the original Clean and Clear Morning Burst. That one's really great. It's invigorating for the skin. It helps wake you up. And this pretty much does the same thing, except it's also hydrating. So it doesn't leave your skin feeling really rough and dry and like you need to throw on moisturizer immediately, which I really love because, like I said, I do get pretty dry. I have just been really loving hydrating products lately, and it does really wake you up in the morning. It has this really nice scent that just when you smell it, you just start to feel more awake. I can't really describe it any better than that. For when I need a deeper exfoliation, I have been loving the Garnier Skin Active Deep Pore Exfoliating Scrub with green tea extract. It is perfect for a combination to oily skin, and it is a vegan product. It smells amazing. It smells like really good green tea. It's really good at just getting deep into the skin and getting rid of all the dead skin cells, all of the dirt and the grime. I really love especially using it in my T-zone, which is where I get the most oily. You're only supposed to use this product about 2 to 3 times a week because, again, it is a little bit more intense than just a regular facial cleanser. I use it every second or third face wash, I would say. Okay guys, I'm back. I actually took a little lunch break. My Quiznos sub arrived, so I ate that and I have some vitamin water. Back to what we were doing. So I've taken the face mask off. My face feels really nice. And now it's time to moisturize. So the very first thing I'm going to put on is my under eye cream. This is by Kiehl's. It is their creamy eye treatment with avocado. I am obsessed with this eye cream. It is so lightweight. It almost has like a watery texture, just so creamy, and you just blend it right into your under eye area. You can even take it up over your eyelid as well. And I have really been loving using eye cream lately because I found that my under eyes were getting very dry. The creasing on my under eyes had just gotten insane, and the lines just became so prominent, and it always just looks so puffy under there, and I just look tired all the time. And since I started using this eye cream, that has all gone away. The area under my eyes is so much smoother. It feels so much more hydrated. The lines are barely visible, and I do genuinely just look more awake and alert. It is not a cheap product by any means. This size product, it is $45. However, it lasts a very long time. I bought this in March. There's still half, maybe a little less than half left in here, and it is now mid-August. And lastly, we're gonna go in with my facial moisturizer. This one has been a favorite of mine for a long time, and I've definitely talked about it before. This is my Cetaphil Daily Facial Moisturizer with SPF 15. I absolutely love this moisturizer. It's so good, so lightweight, and yet just makes your skin feel super hydrated and moisturized. It leaves the nicest sheen on your skin. And I love that it has SPF in it because it helps protect you in the summertime, actually all year round. This moisturizer is so perfect. It's oil-free and it's good for sensitive skin as well. It won't clog up your pores, it won't cause breakouts, and it is really intensely hydrating without having that heavy feeling. I don't really like extremely thick moisturizers because I think they just sit on my skin. And especially in my T-zone, it just causes it to be more slick and oily. So I need something that's lightweight and oil-free like this so that my face can get hydrated, but I don't end up getting all gross throughout the day. And that is it for the skincare products. So we can now move on to makeup. Let me just quickly throw on my eyebrows and I'll be right back. Okay, so my eyebrows are now done, and the two products I went in with today are my NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Espresso, as well as my NYX Tinted Brow Mascara, also in the shade Espresso. I really like the combination of these two products together. They give a very full, fluffy, sort of more natural looking brow than, you know, super sculpted. So now it's time to move on to the eyes, because I always do my eyes before my base. And the products I'm going to be using today are actually two different palettes that I truly love and have been using a lot of lately, but I've also just been using a lot of them since I got them. Don't know if that was proper English, but you know what I mean. The very first one is by Profusion, and it is their Naturals palette, and I just love this palette. It has absolutely every single shade you could possibly need for a natural look or something that's a little bit more smoky. Really love this. This is a go-to daily palette for me. And then when I want a pop of color, I have been going in with this a lot. This is by CoverGirl. It is one of their true naked eyeshadow palettes, and this one is in Sunsets. I have owned this palette for a while now, and I just love it. I am a warm tones kind of girl when it comes to my eyeshadows. Give me those peaches, give me those reds, those deep coppers and burgundies. Give me those wines and cranberries and those like pinks, and I freaking love those colors so much. They're super pigmented, they blend out really nicely, and the shimmer shades are gorgeous. So now let's zoom you guys in so we can create something on the eyes. And then just grab any clean blending brush that you have and just sort of softly blend out the edges so it doesn't look super harsh. Before we can finish up the under eyes, we have to go in and do our base. For primer today, I do have one that I like the most of all my other primers, but in general lately, I've just really been loving hydrating primers so that my makeup doesn't start to look cakey or flake throughout the day, like my Maybelline Master Prime Primer and Base Hydrate and Smooth formula. It comes in the blue bottle. This one is really, really good. It's just thicker. So if you have like oily skin, I don't know if you would love this. If you have drier skin, it is one that I would highly recommend. It almost has like a lotiony look to it. And this is one that I use in the areas of my skin that tend to get more dry. And then I've also really been loving the Tarte Base Tape Hydrating Primer. I only have the sample size because I got it in my Ipsy bag. I do think I will go out and buy the full size though, because it is super lightweight and extremely hydrating. The other one I like is the Too Faced Hangover RX Primer. This one is also very hydrating. Both are infused with coconut water, I believe. And I actually am going to use the Too Faced one today. As you can see, I'm running really low. I can just pump some out on my hand and rub it into my skin. And it really plumps up the skin and creates a smooth base for all the rest of your products to apply on top of. For foundation today, I have 3 products I want to talk about. I'm only going to use one of these, but the 3 foundation products I have been loving and using the most of recently are these 3 right here, and they all happen to be drugstore foundations. So on days when I just want a really quick foundation application, something that I can just smooth on really fast, blend out really fast, and is going to give my skin a really nice natural amount of coverage, I reach for my L'Oreal Infallible Long Wear Shaping Stick Foundation. This has SPF 27, but it doesn't feel heavy at all. It blends out seamlessly. I would recommend blending this out with a brush versus a sponge, because I feel like a sponge takes away too much of the coverage and it just looks more flawless when this is blended out with a brush. When I want a more natural matte finish, I reach for my L'Oreal Infallible Up to 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. And this one also has SPF in it, SPF 25, and it is so beautiful on the skin. The finish is so natural. It's like your skin, but better. It is more of a medium coverage foundation in my opinion, and you can build it up to more full. I love applying this with a sponge versus a brush because it does shear out the coverage a bit. So it's still medium, but it's more of a light medium, which is my preferred coverage. With a brush, I think it looks a little bit more makeup-y, and with a sponge, it looks more natural. And then finally, we come to my favorite foundation of all time. I've been loving this foundation for I think almost 2 years now, and it hasn't failed me since. This is the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation with Brightening Complex for all skin types. And there are several reasons I love this foundation. One of them being the applicator. It has a nice big dofa applicator, which makes application really easy. And this is actually the foundation I'm going to be using today. So we'll just slide some of that on. This foundation definitely has a more light sheer coverage. I would say it builds up to more of a medium than to an actual true full. Just looks so beautiful. Like this is truly your skin but better foundation in my opinion, and it blends out beautifully with either a brush or a sponge. I like it both ways. Today I'm going to be using a sponge. It just blends out so nice on the skin. It has a really beautiful finish. It's not a dewy finish, but it's sort of like a natural radiant finish, and it really does last all day as well. For concealer today, I'm actually going to be going in with 2 concealers. I've really been loving this combination. The first one is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Concealer, and I am in the shade 03 Nude Beige. And the other one is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Light 16. This has more of a natural matte finish to it, and this one is definitely more of a glowy finish. Together, they just create a really nice, smooth base that looks really pretty and radiant, and I love it. This one I use more for actual concealing, and this one is more for brightening, highlighting purposes. I just put this wherever I need that extra coverage. So in like my mustache area, my under eyes. I have a scar there I like to cover up. And then I go in with this concealer, mainly in my under eye area and then in the center of my face to brighten it up. It looks so smooth and so bright. You can barely see any lines or any creasing. It's so nice. I attribute that mostly to the under eye cream, but also to this blend of concealer products. Then for the under eye powder, I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Smooth Operator Amazonian Clay Finishing Powder. I kind of hate how much I love this powder because it is so nice for the under eyes. It's very brightening. It is translucent, so it blends out, seamless finish. It doesn't leave any kind of like a white cast, and it does leave my under eyes very smooth and beautiful and bright, but it is really expensive for a small amount product. If you guys know of any more affordable dupes, or at least a product that is similar to the finish of this that has more product, more bang for your buck, let me know in the comments down below. The Physicians Formula foundation does not set down by itself. You need to set it down with a powder if you're going to go in with any kind of powder products on top. So the one I'm going to use today is the Airspun Loose Face Powder. This is a really nice powder. I have mine in the shade Naturally Neutral, and I just go in with a big fluffy powder brush like this one by e.l.f. Just sweep the powder over my skin. If you like the smell of clean clothes or laundry detergent like me, you will love the way that this powder smells. And now I'm going to quickly set down all of this powder using my new favorite setting spray just because the finish is so beautiful. This is by Smashbox. It is their Photo Finish Primer Water. It is also a set and refresh spray. I use it more to set and refresh my makeup than I do for priming. And it is very hydrating, and it just makes your skin look really beautiful and dewy. It has a perfect mist. It has that kind of mist that you can go a little bit crazy with and use like too much of it, but it still just looks and feels so good. Sets down all those powders and brings out even more radiance to the skin. And now we're just going to quickly finish up the eyes. So I'm just going to grab those same brown shades from the Naturals palette, the really dark brown that I used, and I'm going to focus that on the outer corner and drag it all the way underneath. And then that lighter brown just to sort of softly diffuse it out. The two mascaras I have been loving recently have been my Monsieur Big Mascara by Lancome and my CoverGirl Professional 3-in-1 mascara with the curved brush. I love these for different reasons. I use the Monsieur Big when I want a more bold, dramatic lash. For a look like today where I'm trying to keep it more natural, I would reach for my Professional 3-in-1 by CoverGirl because it just gives the lashes a very full, flirty look. It keeps a curl. They look really long and voluminous without looking over the top. And it is a drier formula, so it dries down really quick and you don't get that mascara smudging everywhere effect. We are almost done. Now we're going to move on to the face products. For bronzer, there is only one bronzer that I truly love more than all the others, and that is my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Sunkissed. It's so warm and shimmery. Like, it's shimmery without being overly shimmery. NYX recently came out with a shimmery bronzer, and that one is beautiful, but it's almost like a highlight. It's so shimmery. Whereas this one, it provides the right amount of warmth to the skin while also providing like a natural radiant glow. I truly do love the butter bronzers, and I would highly recommend them to anyone. Now we're gonna go in with highlight before blush because it's something I've really been liking doing lately. It just blends the blush in with everything else so much better when you do your bronzer and highlight first. And I have really been loving more natural looking highlights. The three highlights I love the most are all by e.l.f. Two of their baked highlights and then one of their shimmering highlighting powders. The two baked highlights are in the shades Moonlight Pearl, which has almost like a silvery, pearly iridescence underneath like a champagne gold, and then Blush Gems, which is more of like a rose gold, and it looks so beautiful as a blush topper. My favorite highlight of the three is definitely my shimmering highlight powder, and this is in the shade Sunset Glow. It is just the most beautiful, truly champagne-y gold highlight I've ever used. And I just like to go in with like a fluffy brush and just sweep this over the high points of my face, my cheekbones, my forehead, and right along my nose. It is my perfect natural highlight. And I'm also going to take a little bit of that Blush Gems, and I'm just going to run this over my cheek highlight, but then also bring it down a little into where I'm going to be placing my blush. I've been liking putting the highlight underneath the blush and then blending the blush out over top, and it just looks really pretty. So then for blush, I have two that I've been using a lot of lately. The first is the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Luminoso, which has been around for a really long time. It's very shimmery, very beautiful, just this beautiful like pink gold, so pretty, and it brings the nicest sheen to the skin. But since I already applied highlight, we're gonna go in with my other favorite. This is the Butter Blush by Physicians Formula, and it is in the shade Vintage Rouge. And this is just like a really pretty, deeper sort of pink. My favorite way to apply blush is with a stippling brush, so it sort of softly diffuses the color and it's not as harsh on the skin. And I've been liking putting a little bit on the tip of my nose, like a sun-kissed effect. And there we go. Look how like the glow is coming through and how it just all blended together so nicely. Now I'm gonna take my hair down because we're almost done. So now let's put on some lips. So I have a few things to talk about here because the lip products I've been loving the most fall into two categories: sheer glowy lipsticks and lip glosses. These have been my favorites of the moment. They all kind of are a little bit different. So let's start with these more lipstick products. There's my lipstick by Almay from their Lip Vibes collection in the shade Call Out. And it's just like a really beautiful natural brownie red shade, a really nice natural nude. Then I have these two lipsticks. These are both by Revlon, and these are from their Lustrous lipstick collections. I have the shades Gold Pearl Plum and Plumalicious. These are for when I want a lip that's a little bit more like pinky purple. So that is Gold Pearl Plum, and then this is Plumalicious. It's more of a deep purple color. All three of these lipsticks have a sheen to them, and they are all more sheer coverage. Then the last product isn't so much a lipstick, it's like a heavily tinted balm. This is by Physicians Formula. It is one of their Mumuru Butter Lip Creams, and this is in the shade Pink Kini. You can see that one is really glowy. It's just a nice natural pink shade. They're all very comfortable to wear on the lips. They don't get messy, they don't get all over your face. They're just really nice and all affordable. They're all from the drugstore. Same with all of these lip glosses. Just like I had 4 lipsticks, I also have 4 glosses. And again, all pretty different. So the first one is just a clear gloss. This is by Essence. It is their Shine 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 Wet Look lip gloss in the shade Clear. I don't know why I swatched this. You can't see it. It's clear. And it just gives your lips the wet, juicy look. It just glides on the lips. It feels really comfortable to wear. If you want just like a clear gloss with no shimmer, I would highly recommend that one by Essence. Then there is this gloss, which is a lot more pigmented. This is by e.l.f. and it is from the Alyssa Ashley collab, and it's in the shade Nude Rose. It's almost just like a really glossy liquid lipstick, I would say. It is like a really pretty nude color, and you can just slap this on, throw it in your bag, and it looks beautiful. And then there are these two. These are both plumping glosses. Neither of these glosses hurt. Some products that promise to plump up your lips sting. Like you want to wipe it off your lips. These have more of like a tingly vibe than an actual full-on ouch factor. And they do genuinely make my lips look more plump. And the two shades I have, this one is by e.l.f. and it is in the shade Champagne Glam. This is just like a really pretty nudie golden gloss. Pairs really well on top of almost any lipstick. See, this one's pretty sheer, but it has like a definite sparkliness to it. And then this one is by Milani, and it is one of their Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper Glosses in the shade Tropical Shine. This one has a huge doe-foot applicator, which I actually really love. And it's more of like an orangey, peachy gloss. Again, with a ton of shimmer and shine to it. So now, which one to pair with this look? It's very natural and sort of bronzy. I'm thinking, feels like a nude kind of day. So I'm gonna go in with Call Out first from Almay. And then I'm gonna go over it with a gloss. I think I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss in Champagne Glam. And there we go. A very natural, it's sort of like a bronzy, radiant look using all of my favorite products. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and let me know what are some of your current favorite products down in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already because I post brand new videos as often as I possibly can. I aim to do it every single week and hopefully I can continue doing that. And sometimes I post bonus extra videos here and there. So hit subscribe if you want to see more from me and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!